Howdy campers, Kieran here bringing you some more Pokemon TCG content, and as we wind down the Twilight Masquerade format, I wanted to take the chance to highlight a deck that, has been a little bit less played, and that is none other than the Ancient Box deck, which was piloted by our very own Dead Broke Nerd to a League Challenge win this week. And, some of the changes that we've seen in this format include the addition of Walking Wake over Koraidon to give the deck an ancient Pokemon that retreats for one rather than Koraidon's two retreat cost. And, realistically, we really didn't ever want to attack with Koraidon if we could help it. Additionally, we've now got Kieran in this list rather than Penny to give us an option not only to switch a Pokemon that we may not want active, but also to potentially amp our damage in some of those matchups where we've got the V-Star or EX attackers, especially the Stage 2 EXs, that can be very difficult to knock out in one hit with our Roaring Moons. We also have the new Secret Box Ace spec that does kind of a lot of lifting for this deck that I didn't originally give it credit for. I was kind of worried that diminishing our Ancient Cut by not running the Ancient Drum or not running a powerful item card like Prime Catcher would hurt the deck a lot more than it seems to in this iteration, where we can use that Secret Box to leverage our damage total by discarding 3 cards from our hand and going to find a Supporter, which is likely an Ancient card, a Tool card, which is guaranteed to be an Ancient card, a Stadium, so the PokéStop in this instance, which could discard up to 3 more Ancient cards from our deck, and an item card, which either would be an Ancient card or potentially give us access to discarding more cards from our hand to further fuel our discard pile. And we can really ramp our damage a lot from that single card. But I think I've rambled enough. Ancient Box is a relatively straightforward deck. It's still something that can kind of reward people for sequencing their turns very well. And with that being said, let's get into some gameplay. And so here we are back with the Ancient Box deck now. And we're going to go first here. See if we can't get things started off right. Hand's a little weak. Don't have Sada set up for first turn. Don't have Energy or Earthen Vessel. Maybe we'll do something with his PokéStop. See what we can get going depending on what our opponent is playing, though. And that doesn't really give us any info. PokéStop. Go ahead and dump 2 of these just to get another Moon out, it looks like, since Greninja is prized. Although we could take Morpeko. Maybe make some more informed decisions for our turn. It's a rough stop. Let's see what we would top deck next turn. We already know we have a Moon prized. But we really need an Energy. We had our Super Rods in there. Let's try discarding and see where that takes us. And then pass. Not having an Energy drop here is really rough. Our opponent can always guess at the Morpeko, and then we can't do anything on turn 2 regardless of what we top deck. But, that just happens sometimes. Buddy Buddy Poffins is more than likely as a Gardevoir deck, which now has me regretting the choice to bench Morpeko. It's a nice, easy target to Monkey Dory some damage to a few times and just clear it out that way. And with a start as slow as ours is looking to be, we may be in for an uphill battle. But we'll see. I'll see what this Explorers lets us do. It looks like our opponent may not have Greninja in their build. Oh, never mind, already had it in hand. Sometimes you just got it that way. No Arven yet, so they hopefully won't have a T1 TM Evo play. Arven's not too bad. I'd prefer it to stop stuck around, but now we can go fetch that last Moon before we use Explorers. Raise our odds of getting Energy, raise our odds of hitting Sada, raise our odds of hitting Pokégear, everything, more or less. And realistically, our opponent's actually already kind of cleared everything to their bench that they would need anyway, so I'm not sure if they need this. I guess they were just trying to deny the PokéStop for us. Not much better, unfortunately. Do have Energy now, though. So that's nice. We're still going to have the Guidance on this turn no matter what. As long as they don't have TM Evo here, I think we're okay, though. We're probably pretty happy overall if they just don't have the TM Evo. Nice. Okay, cool. Oh, the Vessel's really nice, too. Sick. So we actually may go ahead and try to fish for Sada then. Let's see if we can discard an Energy off this Snack Seek. No, we'll leave that on top. And then we'll go ahead and shuffle it away. Because we know that we were looking for Sada here. Nice hit. Unfortunately, it would have been really nice to hit an energy off that Snack Seek to be able to Sada 2 energies into play this turn. We'll take the 1. Just try to put a little bit more pressure on our opponent here. No, there's all our energy. Let's dump some extra cards into our discard pile. Get things going a little bit better for ourselves. Get the last couple of energy out of our deck. This leaves us a little bit vulnerable. I probably should have left an energy in the deck, actually. But we'll swing for 170. Now we're primed to KO a Gardevoir, but we know we're at least 2 turns away from that happening since the Curly hasn't hit the board yet. Didn't hit Greninja off that prize, but let's see what our opponent has for us. 1 Curlia. 2 Curlia. Maybe they didn't go for Camevo because they just had all their Curlia in their hand? Really interested to see if this is one of the what is becoming more popular Guardy builds. It's Devil Monkey, lower interest in the basic attackers, lower kind of Bravery Charm, sometimes excluding Bravery Charm and Drifloon entirely. You know, something more similar to like the Henry Chow build from NAIC. Or if it's just kind of the standard NAIC list, something more similar to what I played with Double Bravery Charm, Drifloon, Scream Tail, etc. I really want to keep my Pokéstops around, man. Come on. Why are they doing this to me? I guess they don't feel like they want a Monkey Dory. Super Rod discard's really interesting. Kind of surprised our opponent didn't Artisan before the refinement. I'm assuming they hit the Artisan off the concealed cards, and that's why we didn't see it sooner than that, but 2 energy in the discard pile. This is where we could get into some trouble. See something like a Countercatcher on this Roaring Moon and then Scream Tail some stuff next turn, or Countercatcher on Morpeko, force the extra energy attachment, and then KO this moon with Scream Tail again. Thankfully, it looks like, yeah, wow, really bad start from our opponent. No Iono, no Unfair Stamp there. We'll go ahead and attach to this moon just to get the card there. My Guidance first. See if we can't set ourselves up pretty well. We'll grab this Guidance initially. This Countercatcher is more than likely going to be offline the rest of the game. Probably should have discarded the earlier one off Snack Seek. We're up to 420 now, so 210. So we're 1-hit KOing everything on our opponent's deck. That's Pokégear. We've got Sada. This kind of forces our opponent to Iono us if they weren't already incentivized to do so. We'll discard that Capsule, just get it out of our deck. We'll go ahead and Ultra Ball, Walking Wake and an Energy. Take another Walking Wake, just thins it out of our deck. If we do get Iono'd, we won't draw into it now. And a simple Vengeance Fletching. We're up 2 prizes here, so now our opponent can kind of freely take a prize and still have access to Countercatcher, which is kind of unfortunate. It's nice to hit that Roaring Moon off the prize cards there, though. So get the Monkey Dory online. There's the Gardevoir. Only 2 energies in the discard pile, though. Gotta see some discards and get up to 4 energy if we're going to have anything out from this Scream Tail beyond just KOing or Morpeko here. See another Curlia come out here more than likely. Yep. Still no Arven from our opponent. that's a 1 Gardevoir and a Super Eye gone already. So Boss on Gardevoir helps us out quite a bit here. There's the Arvin. So we'll see a Vessel grab here more than likely, and just a throwaway tool probably to discard with the Vessel. Yep, looks about right. And this is where we start to see the kind of the slow counter attack from our opponent, or at least an attempt at one. But they may only be able to get 1 more energy into their discard pile, depends on whether or not they have another Ultra Ball or Vessel in their hand. You see that last Super Rod too. So we know anything we KO now is going to stick, so getting the Scream Tail off the board is going to be really nice. Not seeing that return would be very beneficial overall. Because at this point, we're fine if our opponent is forced to push Gardevoir up and attack with it. It's no skin off our back. It really actually almost helps us out in a way. Just expedites our prize trade quite a bit. And yeah, I guess we're just going to see a Roaring Scream to probably knock out this Morpeko. Move 3 damage counters onto our bench Roaring Moon and something like that. Oh, or we get to see a Mind Bend. That's kind of interesting, I guess. We can just retreat out of this, though. Nothing really fancy. And we'll lock this Dark Energy away forever. Okay, damage to the Morpeko. Very nice. Mind Bend for 60, and we are confused. We do still have a Capsule left. I guess technically that's an option. Let's just bench this Moon for now, though. Sada to our 2 benched Moons. There's all our stuff. We'll Vessel to get this Walking Wake out of our hand. We have no energy in our deck. That's fine. A few things that we're okay discarding off of Snack Seek here. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Again, yep, we're going to go up 3 prizes this turn. Considering playing this Vessel as well, just to kind of get it out of our hand. We'll hold it for now. Because we're probably going to get hit to a low hand size here, have this Morpeko guested up, and just start having our bench Roaring Moons kind of picked off. And good. There's a card we would much more so prefer to discard. Kieran is nice as a switch out, but I expect that we're going to get Iono'd here. Thankfully, we do have some Pokégears and other live cards in our deck still. Would have been really nice to hit a Nest Ball off of Snack Seek, but Countercatcher works just as well. I guess we're going to see maybe a Ralts come out here, or maybe we're just burning a Buddy Poffin. Not sure why we wouldn't Refinement that away instead. You know, if there's enough energy in the discard pile to work with now, you can get the Morpeko up to a respectable amount of damage without doing anything else fancy. We're undoubtedly going to have an Iono get all these cards cleared out of our hand this turn, though. I would be very surprised not to see a Countercatcher as well. Thankfully, we have enough prize cards left still that Iono is not the absolute death sentence that it otherwise could be. And I also actually think in this instance it would have been correct for our opponent to push something else up just to get kind of some damage on the board, probably on a Curlia, so you have access to Adrenabrain, damage off to this Morpeko while not taking damage off your Scream Tail. But, you know, little things here or there may not end up coming into play this game. Secret Box is absolutely perfect. Don't really want to discard the Pal Pad, but I don't think I'm going to have a choice. All comes down to whether or not our opponent has that Countercatcher to bring the Morpeko active. Again, Nest Ball's totally fine. We are totally fine discarding it. Most of the cards we want just went to the bottom of our deck, so we can probably Snack Seek before we do anything else this turn as well. Okay. I mean, I guess technically our opponent could have Adrenaline Brain 30 off of this Scream Tail and then attach another energy and still do enough damage to one-hit KO any of these Roaring Moons. But no, we're just see a simple knockout on our active. Nothing crazy. Oh, man. Can discard the Nest Ball, like I said. And I guess we're just giving up all of these cards. I know we still have a Sada in deck, so we shouldn't need another one. We should be able to win the game with just these 2 moons. Because our opponent's out of Dark Energy after this one is gone if they just decide to Turo the Monkey Dory. So I guess we're just going to discard everything. I'll take Sada. And probably Superior Energy Retrieval. And we can go ahead and discard this Dark Energy. We know we're picking up these 3 as replacements. Preload an energy onto Morpeko just in case. And Vengeance Fletching for knockout. That's not boss. So our last 2 prizes are boss and Greninja. Oh, never mind. I didn't pay attention. Apparently we milled boss much earlier. So again, discarding that Pal Pad really hurt. We're going to just have to take 2 knockouts to win this game. We do still have our other Super Rod in deck, so not hitting Greninja off that prize was very unfortunate. Looks like we're going to have to Pokégear for Explorers for Super Rod Nest Ball. Just to get another backup moon into our deck. And Super Rod back in. Moon double energy, I suppose. Nest Ball the moon back out, attached to the moon. Then we should be good to go. I mean, our opponent has quite an uphill battle here. Mm-hmm. Well, this could make things interesting. And this could be what loses us the game. If we can't get a moon this turn, we're in deep... Oh, never mind. We have Artisan. What am I talking about? We're set. We're golden. So our opponent's insistence on us not having access to PokéStop is actually going to end up probably causing us to win this game. I mean, our opponent's almost out of cards, too. They've gone through basically their entire deck at this point. Should stop the Counter Catcher, Ultra Ball, 1-0 1 Iono, a boss. There's the Turo. Okay, so they get the Gardevoir off the board, so we can't boss it up for the win. And we've already got Pal Pad and boss on our discard pile. I know some lists of Ancient Box do play 2 Pal Pad. Notably, I believe the one that DBN won his League Challenge with was a double Pal Pad list. So some slight variation from what we've got up here in the top right, but what we're featuring here in this video. Nothing too crazy, too far off the mark by any means. Again, put back Moon, double energy. We'll Artisan that Moon out. And just to look, we do have 3 energy in deck. Can actually look at what our top card is here, the Snack Seek, and if it is not a Dark Energy, we discard it. And then we attach this, and then whatever we top deck, we can use Earthen Vessel to fetch 2 Dark Energy, or we top deck a Dark and we just are totally fine. But the reason for not fetching immediately with the Earthen Vessel is that we then would lower our odds of being Ionoed into a Dark Energy. And this should pretty much seal it up. We may get Ionoed to 1, and they could confuse our Moon, I guess. But at that point, they're just praying that they could confuse this Moon, move damage over to KO with Morpeko, or to KO Morpeko. Wow, 3 Super Rod, that's interesting. Even now, people doing some really interesting things with these lists prior to the release of Shredded Fable. Something like this would probably be a Night Stretcher instead. Although, I generally don't think that you need 3 recovery cards in your Gardevoir deck. But I guess we could see a double Monkey Dory play here. Thin the deck almost completely. Should see 2 Refinement for sure. Evolve into a Gardevoir. Get some stuff going. Guess maybe our opponent can KO our Morpeko and our active Roaring Moon. But even then, they're just hoping that we don't have an energy to win the game. Okay, double Monkey Dory online. Love to see it. Okay. Big Scream Tail. And there's the Iono to 1. So we've made our odds as good as possible that we'll have an energy here. And there it is. Wasn't guaranteed by any means, but, you know. They had 11 cards total, 2 in hand already, so 9 left in deck. 3 of them were energy. Had Pokégear and 2 Explorers as well. Odds are pretty good that we were going to be able to get there. But this goes back to this is why we did not want an Earthen Vessel going into our opponent's turn, just because we expected to get Ionoed to 1 card. See our opponent go through the motions here, load up enough damage that they can move 30 to KO the Morpeko, 20 off to KO this Moon. Not sure what they're contemplating now. Okay. The Drenabrain. We get the KO on the Morpeko. Very nice. Well, I guess the technically more interesting play for them, that would still be a winning play, would be a Mind Bend onto the bench Roaring Moon, hoping I don't have an energy. I mean, in either case, you're hoping that I don't have an energy. But it would look more interesting. But much to our opponent's chagrin, we're going to promote Roaring Moon here. And finish things off with a big ol' Vengeance Fletching. 620 big ones. I'll give you a thumbs up. Good job, opponent. So yeah, there's that pesky Greninja always hiding in the prizes. But that's Ancient Box in the Twilight Masquerade format as we close things out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any comments about the list, feel free to leave them down below. As always, join the Discord if you want to discuss things with us. We discuss games over there like Pokemon, Lorcana, Star Wars Unlimited. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. We'd love it if you would subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.